Salvete. Friends, a blessed Sunday to all of you. Have you ever experienced murmuring before God? I did. Last year, when our plans for our ordination as deacons were postponed and all our excitements and arrangements were frustrated, like I murmured before the Lord, like, Lord, bakit naman? Napaka-KJ mo naman eh. No, malapit na at ganun-ganun lang nawala because of the pandemic, because of the lockdown. Friends, in our first reading for today, Elijah was also frustrated, was also murmuring before the Lord, telling him, Lord, it is better for me to die out of frustration, out of tiredness, out of fear for his life. He just wanted to die. He just wanted to die. And the same thing happened with the Jews in our gospel reading. They murmured before Jesus because they could not accept what Jesus was telling them. Which has led me to ask, what happens when we murmur? What happens when our hearts are filled with murmuring? St. Paul gives us clues in our second reading for today. And he says that when our hearts are filled with murmuring, not just with words, but with emotions, especially negative emotions, our hearts become angry, our hearts become malicious, our hearts become bitter. And these things grieve the Holy Spirit. Because by murmuring, we run the risk of losing sight of what is true. As Elijah lost sight of the truth that God never abandoned him, as the Jews lost sight of the truth that Jesus was offering himself to them, as I lost sight of the truth of the meaning of our identity as ordained. So friends, perhaps one of the invitations for us this Sunday is that when we find ourselves so tempted to murmur before the Lord with all our concerns in our lives, hopefully as we open our mouths to murmur, let us ask that grace, that our hearts may all the more be open so that His love will ease our fears, so that His faithfulness will ease our doubts, so that we may never lose sight of the truth that God will always be with us, and that even up to this day, God continues to give Himself so that we may truly live our lives to the fullest. Salvete.